Hello and welcome to today's session of live coding here. Today I have the topic of Kiro, which is an agentic development tool from Amazon or Amazon Web Services. I'm not even sure, but my guest, James Ward, will know about that. My motivation for today is last year I did the AWS AI Practitioner certificate. And back then, agentic coding for me wasn't that big of a topic. I wasn't that interested in it, but I already was interested in AI in general and how to use it in Java. So I played around with that. And of course, Amazon has Amazon Bedrock, where you can use, I think, basically any AI model that you can find in AWS, which is pretty nice. And I think even last year, they already had Kiro as a agentic development tool, but it's still in beta. It was in beta version, and it is still in beta version, but we can use it anyways. And so this will be what we'll talk about and what we'll try to do today. So without further ado, let me add James Ward here to the stage. Hi, James.
Hello, Johannes. Thanks for having me.
Super fun. I'm so glad that you have found the time to come here.
I always love getting AI to write some code for us.
Yes,
that's always fun.
That's what we'll do today.
Yeah. So excited to dive into Kiro with you.
Yes.
Let me give just a little bit of background about what I work on. So
Sure.
I'm at AWS, and I'm on our developer experience team. So a lot of what I do is teach developers how to build stuff with AI. And so I've been on the road over the last year with Josh Long, teaching developers how to do Spring AI with Amazon Bedrock, and that's been super fun. And so yeah, building agents and MCPs and all that kind of stuff. And recently I joined the Agentic AI Foundation, which is where MCP, agents.md, Goose, and Agent Gateway are projects hosted in a foundation. I'm on the technical committee, and so we help make some recommendations in terms of what projects should be part of the foundation. The foundation's really like the CNCF of the agentic era. So yeah, so it's been fun to be part of that, and I get to write a lot of code, which has been awesome. I'm cranking out libraries, and I've got this Javadocs.dev server and skills jars and a number of other projects. Oh, AI for JVM. .com, and so yeah, I've been building a lot, which has been super fun, and I've of course been building with Kiro. I mostly use Kiro in the CLI, and I'm a big IntelliJ fan, and so I usually have like Kiro CLI running, doing my writing my code and helping me write specs and stuff, and then I'm have IntelliJ open and watching the changes as they come in and review them, and provide feedback to the AI to help it create what I want. And so that's where most of my usage has been on Kiro CLI. There is also Kiro IDE, which is based on VS Code, and that one I don't use a whole lot just because I'm not a huge VS Code fan, but it is popular and people do use it. And then there's also Kiro for Web now, and then there's a new you have to request access to the new mobile app for Kiro. So I'm excited to get my hands on that. But yeah, 4 different surfaces for using Kiro. So, but I mostly use the CLI. But yeah, so that's my world.
Wonderful. Okay, cool. So I only installed Kiro CLI and Kiro the desktop app. So we can look into that.
Yeah, that sounds
today.
Good.
I mean, we if we have time, we can look at the web version as well, if that's easily accessible. Not sure.
I think it's just on the web. So I think with the web one, generally you hook it up to a GitHub repo, so you have to go through the OAuth, flow with GitHub and all that. But yeah, if we have time, we can give it a try. I haven't tried the web version yet, so.
All right. Oh, so it would be double exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically introduced what we want to do today. We want to look at Kiro, the different types there is. And of course, we want to use it on a practical example. And I just had an idea about like a little Java hero cards game where you kind of can learn some principles, some structure, how to code in Java. And you can do that by filling out some questions, answering some questions, and then you get a little card as a reward. And if you have all the cards in your collection, then you are some kind of super programmer. You have some kind of level in this game, and then
nice.
That's it.
Get some badges.
Yeah, some badges, right? Okay, so we can get right into it.
I think we should. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
Right, building.
So I did create an empty repository. I just added this Vision MD for it, which basically describes what I tried to describe in words, but a bit more extensive.
Nice. Did you write all that by hand, or did you have the?
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
I mean, I have the AI write as much as I can for me now,
Yeah.
but I still write quite a bit by hand. There's places where I've found that I don't know, I can get to something I'm happier with just by writing it by hand and not being lazy. But for something like this, I think, yeah, the AI is pretty good at coming up with what you need to do.
Yeah, I find myself writing a lot as well, but it doesn't feel like a lot of work because you're just doing it iteratively. So I write the basic idea, then it writes a lot of text, and then I read through it and adjust it a little bit.
Exactly.
But by the end, I write a lot. I think I could have written it by hand as well, but it wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
Especially for the specification.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that's great. Yeah. So we should start with this and see if Kiro can build it, right?
Yes. So yeah, Anton says hello. Hi.
Ah. Nice.
And
hi, Anton.
Gareth as well.
Oh, hi, Gareth.
All right. Like I said, I already checked out that repository here locally, Kiro Java Hero Game. It's a public repository. We can start with this one, with the desktop app, or we can start with the CLI, which I already started. And what I also did is, because I'm a big fan of Docker sandboxes, I started Kiro in a sandbox. It looks a bit different. I'm not sure why.
I think that's using an older version for some reason. But that's, we can do whatever.
I could try the even newer version here on the CLI.
I've not tried V3 yet, so
yeah,
we can. It just depends on how much risk we want to go with.
Yeah, let's start off easy, I think, with the desktop app.
Yeah, let's try that. So in the desktop app, the first thing you see is that you can kind of be in two different modes.
Right.
There's the vibe mode, and then there's the spec mode. And the spec mode like helps you walk through a process of creating a spec, and then all the additional steps that you then need to go through to get to your code. I've honestly not used that a lot, in part because I'm mostly using Kiro CLI, but we could definitely try it and may stumble around, but or we can just vibe it. So happy to go whichever direction you want.
I would be interested in that spec mode because that's something unique to me. I mean, I think you have you don't even have a planning mode.
It does. There is some kind of planning. maybe, yeah, there is some kind of planning.
Context.
I think if you just turn off, no, it's, I don't know. Things are always changing. So, you know, AI, the world of AI moves fast. So I feel like there was a planning mode, but maybe you just like tell it to plan now and then it does the planning. It's, you know, it's always interesting that like all the AI tools are trying to figure out like do we expose this through UI or do we just allow natural language to determine what to do? So
well,
let's try Spec. Oh wait, is this the newest version?
Yes, I just checked before the session.
So they just added something that I also haven't tried yet, but it's more of a agent, like the view that you're seeing right now is kind of a code-centric view. They have a new view that's like the more agent-centric view. And when I recently got like a pop-up that said like, do you want to like be an agent view or not? I don't know where that is though. And as I'm not super good at VS Code.
Centered layout?
No. Try to hit Shift. Is that what the hotkey is to?
Oh, we can do this.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, and then search for, I don't know, agent view or something. No, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to go actually read docs to figure out how to do that, but we'll come back to that one.
Here we got something. Agent focus?
Yes, I think that's what it's called. View, toggle, agent focus. Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Well,
nothing. Nothing. I think that was the option. Agent focus. Anyways, wait.
Try it one more time.
Yeah. Maybe we're
toggle agent focus.
Huh. Don't know. Maybe that's not the right option. Maybe that's just like putting the focus on your agent.
There's something here, Kiro. Ah, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, we could try that. Yeah, so in Kiro, you know, we can do the specs, we can do hooks for automating tasks, and then we can give like steering files, which are like skills. So those are and then MCP servers. Oh, and before we start writing code, we're going to add the Javadocs MCP server because that's going to help us out. But do you want to do that now?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So this is javadocs.dev. And this is just one of my little side projects where I have a way to give you access to all the Javadocs on Maven Central. And so you can like, I don't know, try to search for, we're going to use Spring. So search for Spring and see what, there's lots of stuff. Okay. And then just pick one of those to go into. Okay. So then you get the versions and then hit go. On that, this is the web view. So great that we get Javadocs. Like not that exciting. It's just Javadoc viewer in the browser. But Javadocs has the MCP server, and then your agent will have access to all the Javadocs as well. So what we're going to do is add the Javadocs MCP server into Kiro, and so yeah, that's the URL that we need to add, and well, yeah, copy that, and then go back into Kiro. And now you see where it says MCP servers, hit that edit button. Yep. And now we need to add our MCP server. So it's just JSON config. So add a new block under the fetch block. Nope.
Okay. Fetch.
You'll need a comma ahead of that. Get lovely JSON. And then let's call it Javadocs. And then colon object, and then it's going to be URL is the parameter, and then give it the string with that URL. Okay, now hit save on that, and then connected. Okay, so now you see down there. So here we can see the tools that are on the Javadocs MCP server. So these are now all the things that are that Kiro is going to be able to use to help us with getting documentation for the libraries we're going to use. So that's it. Our MCP server is set up.
Wonderful. All right. So we go ahead with the specification.
Let's try it. Yeah.
Enter your idea to generate requirement design and task.
I wonder
Okay.
if you can just tell it that you have your idea in your vision.md or something.
Okay. Get the idea from the vision.md. Let's see. So I got, it shows 50 credits, but I actually have a couple of more credits. These are just the free provided for a new account, the 50.
Cool. Yeah, because you got like I gave you like a credit code, so it should have given you some more credits. And credits, the credits are associated with tokens essentially, but I think the reason why they have credits instead of tokens is because different models have different costs, and so you have this bucket of credits, and then depending on which model you use, it's gonna change the equation on how many like the token to credit conversion kind of thing.
That's pretty common, I think. So if we want to switch the model, I already saw that. It does say how much more credits.
2.2x the base. So that's powerful model, and so you can pick something lighter weight.
I'm just wondering, could you select Fable here?
In the window that was available, I don't know if that was in Kiro or not, but
okay.
But I think theoretically, when the model is available, they should be able to make that possible.
Yeah, but it should be available in the US, but not elsewhere, right? That was the deal.
Yeah, I haven't followed all the details on what happened there. But okay, so it read your vision.md and got a summary of what's happening, and now we get to give it some
input required. What do we want to do, right? Is this a new feature? Well, it is a new feature. Auto-generate requirements in design without review. No.
Oh.
Let's go with build a feature, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. And that's recommended, so let's try it. Yeah, and while that's requirements.
What do you want to start with? Requirements, definitely.
Yeah, so it'll take your vision and then should turn that into some requirements.
Yep.
I guess. And while that's going, I was looking to see about that agent, what was it called? Agent focus or something like that.
Yeah. Now it's creating the requirements.
Yeah, so I guess this is, typical flow is you have an idea for a feature or whole application like this one, and then you go from that idea to a specification, and then you go to a technical design. So I think it's walking you through those steps,
Yeah. That's how it should work. And I mean, basically, I guess it's not that different from having some set of skills that you can that it follows through.
Yeah, because skills are often like procedural, like do this, then do this, then do this, and so yeah, similar. Okay, so now it wants you to go review the requirements. So I have to pull up our requirements.md.
Where does it? It's not here. Oh, okay.
So put it into this Kiro specs directory.
Okay.
That's a long document.
Right. Let's put it on. Yeah, here we go. All right. Yeah. So we have certain learning paths.
Nice.
Game system. Yeah, it's just like a questionnaire, basically. Called unlock system, right? The quiz engine. That's what we'll look at. So you can view the collected cards. You get hero cards. I guess these won't look that amazing because it's just done with CSS probably, but it doesn't matter. Requirements. Okay. Player onboarding. Yeah. So it does specify when the requirements are accepted,
Achieved,
when they are done, so it knows when to stop or when it's finished, basically.
Nice.
User story. Yeah.
I think that acceptance criteria language is some like standard language. I forget what it's called, but it's, you can see the when and shall and those sorts of things. And so I think this is I don't think Kiro made this language up. I think it's it exists somewhere in some standard.
Well, I'm not sure if this is this Gherkin language.
Oh, maybe.
But it could be. I think it's at least very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Does have all that acceptance criteria.
I like that it has for user stories.
Right. For each requirement, there's a user story and then a bunch of criterias when this is done, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go ahead.
You could say it looks good, proceed to design.
Yes.
So I'm curious about is if and when it'll ask you what technologies you're using, because we're going to use Spring and Java and I don't know, maybe Postgres or something. So it'd be interesting to see if it.
But it should be one of the last steps, I guess. But I'm not sure what design really means in this.
I think it's usually like technical architecture at this step. So this is where I would actually expect it to start asking about what you're going to use for persistence, what your framework is going to be, but we'll see what.
So you think the technicality and all the libraries that we use, this comes in here?
I think so, yeah, in the technical design phase, but we'll see. Oh, it's kind of nice how it knows about all your requirements, so it's refining whatever refining means. But.
And one of the things I like very much is these progressions, so you know roughly where it works.
Yeah.
Just now.
But in general, if it's actually changing the requirements as it's going through that. Like, is it
hope
just
not.
Like reviewing them, or is it adding more detail? No, it didn't make any changes.
Well, so yeah, but it's saying refining,
Yeah.
Refined. Yeah. Okay.
Huh. Interesting. Wonder what it's refining.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
But in general, it does not tell you a lot. So it's not very verbose about what it's thinking about.
Kiro CLI is a lot more verbose. When I use that, it's got a lot of thinking blocks and a lot of detail. I think I now spend 80% of my day just reading. There's just, which I could probably tell it to be more concise, but a lot of times I actually want the detail. I want how did you get to this? Background.
Yeah. Things. And for me, that's also like roughly where it's working. So if it's still writing, but you see it's going in circles and it's always trying to fix some minor bug that doesn't really matter, or where you personally know the solution, then you can stop it and interfere.
I stop my agent all the time. And
Yeah.
Like, no, here's what I want you to do.
Right. Okay. So the requirements is ready again.
Yeah. So I think it just added more detail. Does that seem right?
So this was done before.
So I think there's like more items and acceptance criteria than there was before.
Yeah, that could be. I think the criteria blocks are longer than before. And we had 9 requirements before, and we still have 9. Okay.
That's good.
Okay. And now we can do different things, but we are out of that workflow somehow.
Let's hit that generate tech design. So it popped you into a new tab. So you've still got the where you started over there. No,
okay, that's nice.
Tab. Yeah.
And do we see what model was used?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, because we're on auto. So
yeah,
I don't know if it tells us what was actually used. And there was probably multiple turns there. So, well, I'm sure there was multiple turns with the LLM. So I wonder if it even would toggle different models at different turns. You know, it's like, oh, let's use this model for refining the requirement. Let's use this model for workflow and orchestration. And
yeah,
I don't know how that.
But that's what you would expect, right, from auto mode.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay, so it's checking the configuration requirements. So this is a new context as well, right?
Yeah.
Context is completely reset.
Yep. Yep. Each new tab gets you a new context.
Okay. Now it's writing the design.
Ooh, let's go see what's in design.md.
But I actually like that these files, the requirements and the design, by default are in the repository where we are working. Because then if I guess if I commit this, then we have the requirements and design in the repository. That's good to know.
Yep.
Good to have. Okay, it's still working on the design, but we can skim it over anyways.
Yeah, let's see what's in there. Oh, and you see that that's a nice UI up at the top where it knows that your requirements.md was done. And so now you can see in the top that now it's on to design, and then it'll go to task list next. So
that's pretty cool.
Was in your initial vision, did you tell it to use Spring Boot?
I know that I told it to use Spring. No, one second.
We're going to teach it, but we didn't tell it that we like what technology decisions to make.
Oh man.
So
didn't even tell it that it should use Java or write a Java application. Okay.
Yeah, I guess the model made some assumptions. It's like you're teaching people Java and Spring. Let's build with Java and Spring.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Is it done? No, still working. Okay, let's look at that.
So now you're back in requirements. Try to hit that design button at the top. And then it just pops right over to the design file.
So that's basically the summary again. Overview, yeah. And key design decisions. Okay. Backend. Local storage. All right. Static content model.
So it's probably going to use like Timeleaf or something.
That would be nice. That's what I hoped for, actually. Just because then it's really very small, the whole project, very compact.
Yeah, self-contained.
Yeah, self-contained. Progression logic lives server-side to prevent bypassing locked content. Okay. Architecture.
Mermaid diagrams. Cool.
I would like to see this here.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yep.
Okay, we have a separate animation engine.
Of course, we need animations.
Yeah. I think that's part of the vision, actually.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I hope so.
It got that from your vision.
Now, 3 short animations. I think the animations are mentioned a couple of times.
Nice.
All right, back to this design. Okay, client state manager, UI layer, yes. HTML.
Seems reasonable.
So, well, it basically has a front end and a back end, but we don't know if this is a separate project or module.
Yeah.
Or if it's just a time leaf.
Yeah. I'll see when it gets to the, I guess that further down in the technical design, it'll have some details on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, player.
Let's get a little sequence diagram.
Yeah, but that's nice to have. Then we have some back-end controller, all the API calls. Front end, yeah. Okay, data model.
Okay, but no records. Boo. Right? Shouldn't those be records?
Oh, yeah. Well,
maybe this is just like pseudocode and it all.
Yeah, that could be.
But even in pseudocode, I would write that as a record.
Yeah. But if it's writing entities, you actually can't use records, right?
True. Yeah, if it's going to use what Spring Hibernate stuff.
Yeah.
JPA, Spring JPA. Oh, but it was saying those were the DTOs. Were all those DTOs?
That was data model.
One of those. Okay.
Okay, correctness properties. What is that statement? Okay, I don't know those. Or I don't know the term correctness properties.
So in the Kiro Spec-Driven, this is where it's creating an association between the technical design and your actual requirements. And so
okay,
it does this by maybe another Gherkin statement and then the correlation to the requirements.
Yep. Okay. So again, it's like a user story.
Yeah.
Almost. Okay. Error handling. Should retry user notifications. Session preservation. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Chained. I wonder, because we didn't say anything about user login or even user accounts.
Yeah.
Animation failures. Yeah, okay. Content loading failures. Testing strategy. That's interesting. Okay, so it will do some unit tests for the services. Whoop. What was that?
It just took you back to the source markdown.
Was it oh, yeah. The source markdown, yeah. I thought it would just somehow connect these documents. No. Okay. Project will use Quick. Let's see about that. And then all these properties that it already listed. And then some integration tests. Very interesting. Against the H2 database with mocked endpoints.
All seems reasonable.
Yeah. Edge case tests. All right. Okay.
So that didn't go into as much detail as I thought it would on the actual libraries to use and that sort of thing, but
yeah,
maybe there will be like a architecture step at some point. Or so do you have any feedback on the design?
well, I would like to know if the front end is how it's done. So it just says the front end views.
Yeah, why don't we ask it like, how do you plan to build the front end?
Yeah,
just see what it's going to default to, and then we can override the default if we want.
Yeah. Okay, HTML, yes, we saw that. Yeah, okay. Templates, time leaf.
Yep, with some vanilla JS, CSS animations. Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I think the models generally just orient to what's most used, and so Java, Spring Boot, time leaf, vanilla JS, like it's kind of just picking the most common defaults.
Right, but if it's the most used, then it probably can handle it the best. So
yeah, has the most knowledge of that.
Yeah, we don't need alternatives. I think that's just fine.
I think we'll go with the defaults. Sounds great.
So if we are here, we can click continue.
Ooh, nice. Let's continue.
Progress to the next document. Yes. Generate tasks. Okay.
That's it. That's what I want to do.
And again, a new tab. But I think that's a good structure. So we can, in this tab, we could have done much more changes if we wanted to. And then it doesn't, the next step doesn't care about any of your prompts or anything like that. It just cares about the output, the MD file. And yeah, then it's a fresh context.
At some point, once we get maybe the basics working, it'll be interesting to go back to the requirements tab, have it make a change, and then see what the flow from a changed requirement back through the whole pipeline is.
Very interesting. So on my last session, Anton was actually coding with me.
Nice.
And he had a very different approach than I had. He did the spec-driven development. He did the specs, did the implementation, and when he was finished, he basically removed the specification, or he said he archives it, but he doesn't touch it anymore.
Yeah, there's definitely different approaches in that realm, which I think it's fascinating. I don't know if we've figured out, like the industry has figured out, a one-size-fits-all approach to this. So my approach, what I do, is kind of similar to Anton's, where the spec is like this intermediary form between basically like your idea and the code. But once I get to code, like the spec doesn't have value anymore because my source of truth is now code. And so I think I'm similar to Anton, where I kind of just like generally throw out the spec, and I may write another spec when I want to make a change, but that initial spec no longer matters once I'm in code because my source of truth is the code. The other philosophy, or one other philosophy, is that your spec is essentially your source of truth. It's your master document of record, whatever, that you generally, if you want to change code, you generally should just go update your spec. And so I think that Kiro's philosophy is more oriented around that spec being the truth, being where you derive all truth from. And so, yeah, I'm sure there's trade-offs on both of those approaches, but Kiro's philosophy definitely comes through here.
Yeah. And your website, AI for JVM. I actually created a pull request for it.
Nice.
And the same philosophy you have here. So you have that specification, and you just, as a developer, you just adjust the specification, that document, and then you let the AI actually implement the website.
Yeah.
The code.
Yeah, for how I actually build AI for JVM. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thanks for sending a pull request. Did I merge it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go there really quick, because it's a really good site. I think a really good collection of just stuff that has anything to do with AI and Java.
Yeah. What I wanted to have was just, like you said, like a resource list of everything that exists in the Java AI world, and so I maintain it and I get pull requests, and yeah, there's some good things. There's things that I didn't even know about until somebody sent a pull request, and so anyways, back to your point. So this whole website is actually going against what I had said earlier, where I do the true source of truth for the website is spec.md. And whenever I make a change to the website, I change the spec, and then I tell the agent to regenerate the site from the spec changes. And so in this case, it is more like the Kiro model of I never even look at the HTML. I don't care about the HTML is a disposable artifact, because I can always just regenerate it from the spec. So yeah, I guess this one is the Kiro oriented version, not the way that I usually work with code and specs. So
well, what I like about that approach is that you always have that human readable documentation as your source of truth.
Yeah.
And that helps really understanding that whole project without reading all the code.
Yeah. Maybe part of it for me is that I write a lot of my code when I can choose the language. I write it in Scala, and Scala is very expressive, very concise. And so maybe that's part of why I do things that way when I'm building in Scala, is that the code is so close to like the natural language that I like, it is my spec, essentially. Like it's natural. My code is natural language enough that I don't even really need the spec after I go through my first iteration on something. If it's a complex feature, then I will. The primary reason why I use the specs is that oftentimes the agent identifies a bunch of open questions that it has around how to implement something, and so it's almost like the identification of the things that I need to clarify. That part is more easily done in a natural language specification style than trying to do that with code. But once I've implemented a spec, like I like Anton, just I don't care about it anymore. Throw it away. I keep it around for like historical purposes or whatever. But it's yeah. So
but I mean, in huge software projects, you really can't find out what certain parts of that software do that quickly just by looking at the code, right? So you need some documentation, and if that documentation is readable or usable for the AI as well, I guess that's just that helps communicating to the AI and also to you as a human, as maybe a new member of the team on that project or something.
I think a lot of times that can be derived pretty easily. So the agent will go look through the code and can actually, like, let's say that you're new to a project and you want to understand a large code base. You just tell your agent to like describe the architecture of this thing. And
Yeah.
sure, you could save that into a file so that you
Yeah.
don't have to waste all those tokens doing it again. But if your code is expressive and organized well, the agent generally does a pretty good job of figuring out things,
Yeah.
going from code back to natural language, you know?
Yeah. But I guess that's kind of my problem, that I often have projects where it's not that well organized.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I guess
you're right, of
depends
course.
on how big and how legacy it is, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like obviously a project that's been going for 20 years, it, you know, things get messy in
Right.
20 years of development. So
Yeah. Okay. But it's I guess both approaches are valid and useful for different scenarios.
yeah.
All right. So it is done with writing the task list. That was, yeah. Okay.
Cool.
The tasks.
Okay.
Let's get into that other. So again, the overview, it has a few tasks. Oh, I like this. So this is probably indicating that this is
It's
not
going to be able to
done
check it
yet.
off. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to
Yes.
be able to put the X in there. And
That's nice.
yeah. So GitHub Markdown flavor. So yeah, and then it recorrelates this task to the requirements, which is cool.
Oh yeah. So okay, it generates a Maven Gradle. So,
so you're gonna have to make a choice at some point.
Yeah, at some point. But we'll see.
Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna ask you, because it even says, yeah, create project skeleton.
Yeah.
Javadocs build that Gradle. Yeah, it's gonna.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
Learning path enum. Okay, the data model. All right. Then JPA repositories. Create database seed data for all hero cards.
So interestingly, in the tasks, it's having to get into a lot more technical implementation details. And if you don't care about the technical implementation, like what it's choosing, like Spring Data JPA, then that's fine. But I am old and picky, and so I usually care a lot about what the technical choices are. And so I would almost want a intermediary document between the design and the task list where I get to tell it, and maybe that should just go into design or something, but I want to tell it like, oh no, I want to use Spring Data JDBC, I want to use this, I want my JavaScript to interact with the backend in this way, those sorts of things, like much more granular detail on the actual technical implementation.
Yeah, it is not very specific on the technical side here. I don't know how it will create. No, it will create SQL for data initializer, but it doesn't say
like schema.sql or something for
yeah,
creating the tables.
I thought it would use Flyway to
yeah.
initialize.
See, that's another one
data.
where it's like that probably should have been defined in a step before the task list. Like what are you going to use for schema?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what it chooses if we just leave it with the defaults, because it does seem like Flyway is the most common option, so it likely should be the default. But yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe auto schema generation, because with Spring Data JPA you can just auto gen the schema, can't you?
But I guess it wants to also create these hero cards in the database. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So
it's going to like seed the initial data or a database with data.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And that it's not only the schema.
Yeah.
But we'll see about it.
Yeah.
All right. It's implementing the services. Then a test. Oh, yeah, lots of tests.
You can also see this like cross correlation between the properties and the requirements, which is interesting because now it's like triangulating the 3 documents. So you've got task correlated with property correlated with requirement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what'd be cool
right.
is if you could click through, just like when you navigate code, we'd be able to like control click through into the property or into the requirements.
So
maybe there's even a VS Code plugin or something for that. But
if it would link this
exactly.
text to the design,
yeah, so you can just jump right over to it. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay, checkpoint. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. I like that it is giving it explicit places to stop and validate.
Well, it's
yeah. So
strange
the
to me.
checkpoint item 3. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. It's strange to me that it does that on its own. So I thought that was
just part of the agent harness.
yeah. It does that by default. But yeah, okay. Why not? Then it goes to the next service, next tests, and then again without the checkpoint. So
yeah, I had to decide where to put checkpoints in.
Yeah. Okay, but it's implementing all these services and then another checkpoint. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's not such a bad idea.
To have the explicit
yeah
in the task list.
Because it doesn't do that after every step. It's just on certain steps where like in this case all the services are complete, so it does a checkpoint. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's not that bad.
Kind of like logical layers. It's like stopping after each logical layer.
Yeah, like milestone or something. Okay, REST controllers, yes. And then the integration tests, wonderful. And then the front end. Onboarding, yeah. Okay, so these are the different views. This is learning quiz views. This is onboarding and roadmap. All right.
This turned out to be a larger application than I thought you were gonna go with. This is great. This is not Hello World.
No, this I actually tried that out with the Vision just yesterday, and I didn't go into planning mode because I wanted to see that live. I just used the vibe code, and it programmed in a couple of minutes, like 5 minutes or something, and it turned out not bad. Yeah. So I'm excited to see how that works now.
Yes, you tried the vibe mode, just like give it your vision and say build it. And, and now we're trying the spec mode. Yeah, it's fun to try both.
Yeah, but I mean here it's much more reading, much more writing, but at least we'll know exactly what we'll get, and we can adjust if there's something
more
we don't like.
Opportunities to stop, in this markdown centric editing world, either prompts or editing markdown, we could make changes. So
yeah, exactly. We could write ourselves in the MD file as well. Yeah. Sometimes I forget that because it's just such a I don't know. I'm so used to prompting now if we are in that mode. Yeah. All right. Implementation, and this is the front end, and now we have real-time updates.
It's just some real-time update in the UI. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
And then error handling. All right. So this is a extra point. It's interesting. And then full integration.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. And it did not yet use the MCP server that we installed, right? We would have noticed that.
Not until we get to the code part. So okay, that task list is interesting. So it did determine how, yeah, are waves. So it organized things in these waves. Those may be correlated with the checkpoints. We'll see. But one of the things I'm curious if it's going to do, which it maybe could do if it came up with this dependency graph correctly, is could it parallelize the individual tasks within a wave? We'll see.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I never saw that before. Well, all right. Let's get back into the tasks, and then we can click Run All Tasks.
Ooh.
So I think that's actually really cool, because otherwise we would have said here, hey, start implementing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this way it even gets some.
Oh, there's optional tasks. I didn't remember seeing any of those marked as optional.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick search just to see.
Oh, yeah.
Is that option? Does that mean optional?
Yes. It sets that in the end tasks marked with.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so we do have optional tasks.
Yeah.
Cool.
But these are the property tests, so I would like them as well implemented.
So all required. Oh, and optional. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Nice. So now we'll get to see if it uses the Javadocs MCP server.
Oh yeah.
So by default, it should ask you for permissions to talk to the MCP server, and you can accept once or accept forever, that sort of thing.
So I am on autopilot, and I'm not sure what that does. Kiro will make changes on your behalf. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like agent mode.
But that doesn't mean that it will execute any command without asking, right?
Right. Yep. I guess it'll write files, but won't make tool calls without your approval.
Yeah. Yeah. So Anton likes those markdown inlays in the markdown.
What's the inlays?
The markdown. So,
Oh, it's those bars. I think that's what he's talking about. How the bars show you.
On which level we are.
Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's asking us.
So it did decide on Maven. It created a pod.
Yeah, but here it still says Maven Gradle.
Maven Gradle. That's why. So I'm assuming you have Maven installed and a JVM.
Yeah, I should have it installed. Yeah.
If not, the agent will find a way.
Definitely.
Is there a way to see? Oh, so there is a way to see the output of the command. So in the terminal, there's a Kiro tab, like a right side tab, and yep, there you go. So you can see the live output there as well. Whenever Kiro runs a shell command, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Outputs it there.
Okay, so now it's done.
Watch. So now it's going to run the tests.
Oh yeah.
Can you see, is there a view where you can see where it's at in its task list? Like if you go to just not the preview one, yeah, what does it give us any UI here to show us where?
Oh, here we have something. Task queued. In progress.
Oh, you see the spinny.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nice.
That's nice, yeah. Just that. Oh, wait a second. Task list.
Huh. I don't know.
Okay.
It's different or something.
Because it would be nice to have like a short list where it's now.
Yeah.
But I guess that's fine too.
There may be some way to do that.
And
did it tell you why ran the tests again?
Nope. Didn't see that. Longer timeout. Oh.
Interesting.
It had some kind of timeout, I guess.
There's some default task timeout.
Never saw that before, but could be.
Well, let's go, while this is spinning, let's go look at our POM. I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things my MCP server tries to do is give a tool for getting the latest version of things. And so, yeah, it didn't pick the latest. So it didn't use my tool to get the latest version. It just used whatever the model thought was, the best one there. So I don't know why it didn't use that.
Hey, is it disabled?
No, there's another one that was in the file called fetch, but the Javadocs one is enabled.
Ah, okay. This is enabled. And what are these powers?
This is a way to bundle together MCPs and skills together into a power. And so
okay.
I actually have a power for Javadocs, which we could have used, but I haven't tested it in a while, so I don't know if it's currently working. But in the Javadocs power, my skill says, hey, whenever you want to resolve a version of a dependency, you use the MCP tool to do that. And so it provides a little more direction to the agent on like when to actually use the Javadocs MCP, because you'll see it hasn't decided to use that MCP yet, which we could probably go tell it to use it, but
okay, so if I hit trust, the agent will do that without asking me again, right?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you have to tell it what you want to trust. Do you want to trust all Maven commands, Maven commit, Maven compile, or Maven compile -q? And that's just saying, hey, I added this to the approved list. You can open the settings if you want to see what the
let's see that quickly. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
I think there's also some JSON file that you can look at the actual source for that thing somewhere.
Yeah, okay. So it didn't use that MCP server. Maybe we can try that later to just explicitly look for versions in the Javadocs.
Yeah, right. we could. So we can do a steering doc. So this is like skills. So if you hit over there, the generate steering docs.
Oh, okay.
So this is now we're waiting. So it doesn't want us to start working on our steering rules. Oh, because that's using the AI to generate the steering rules. Try to okay, back over in that agent steering and skills thing, there was a plus button.
Yeah.
So instead of having the AI generate the steering docs, let's just go create one. So create a I don't know, agents.md or something.
Okay, not in that subspace. All right.
And then let's say in here, use the Javadocs tools and let's say and for fetching documentation about libraries. Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, but this is not a steering document now. Oh no.
So agents.md, because it's standard, it just recognizes, hey, let's add that to the steering.
But that's nice to visualize that. So
because if you've got a
sometimes
bunch of skills listed, if you've added a bunch of other skills, and you can see them all there.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't know if for this agent, this structure of the skills or anything like that is working.
Yeah.
So you see that here visually, and that's nice. That's a good feature.
So that one, we can just close this session. Okay. There is a Kiro view, which I don't think I think it just hid it from us. There you go. Okay. So on that tab, you're going to have to scroll or right click and hit close. But yeah, there is a X, but the X is scrolled off. To the side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we have it.
Yeah. So it's still going on our tasks.
Well, I mean, it's really implementing all the tasks and constantly. No, it's not. It's not running the tests.
I think only at those like the checkpoints. Yeah. So pull up our tasks again.
Oh, this is interesting. Now here we have two things running simultaneously.
Parallelized something? That's what we were wondering about that earlier.
Yeah. So this task is in progress and this one as well. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then the checkpoint does make more sense to have it on a definitive point in time.
Yep. Yeah, I guess maybe that's why they make that explicit in the task list, so that they can do that parallelization.
Yeah. What does that symbol mean now?
Huh. In your task MD, go down to the very bottom, because I want to see, remember how it has the waves defined? Just curious if that's like purely metadata. It's not actually marking anything there as completed. It's doing it just in the checkboxes up above. But yeah, I was curious if it's going to do anything with that JSON block.
But it doesn't look that way. No. Okay, task ID 4, wave 4 will be interesting. There are lots of tasks in here.
Oh, so in wave 2, you can see that there's the 2 tasks. So that's where it first parallelized.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, one thing while we're letting the AI do its thing, I was saying how I use Kiro CLI and IntelliJ is my primary tools, and there is a way in IntelliJ to have it integrate Kiro CLI into the AI assistant in IntelliJ, and this is through ACP, the Agent Client Protocol. So Kiro CLI exposes an ACP server, and then in IntelliJ you can connect the AI assistant up to Kiro CLI. I've tried it a few times, and it still is, ACP is still kind of rough around the edges, and so I ran into enough little things that I went back to just CLI plus IntelliJ, but I do hope to get to the point where I can just have Kiro CLI basically fully integrated into the AI assistant in IntelliJ through ACP. So
and I think Anton,
like possible, but sorry. I think go ahead.
I just wanted to mention that I think Anton said the same thing about Juni CLI. So he uses Juni CLI, but also through the ACP protocol that it's better integrated into the IntelliJ IDE.
Yeah. If you're in IntelliJ, the AI assistant is actually great, and the fact that you can use ACP to plug any harness behind it is pretty awesome.
Yeah. I just don't want to try it today because I think that's too much time on one specific topic.
Yeah. Well, do you want while we're waiting for this, do you want to go like at least check out the CLI? We don't have to have it do anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Let's
do it.
So this I need to try the new CLI v3. Oh, it's early release, so maybe just experimental. I haven't tried it yet. But this is like your Cloud Code style CLI, whatever. And so this is where I spend most of my time with the AI. So yeah, you get the slash commands, you can do sub agents, you can do MCPs, all sorts of things here.
So if we use the MCPs, we did not install it in Kiro CLI, so it won't.
Try one thing real quick. So actually close out of here, like exit the process. Let me think about that. Oh, it did actually. Wait, no, it didn't exit. It's probably like a slash command or something. Right. I Control C. Okay, now start it back up. Because it reads the MCP config, and you don't have to do the resume. Just rerun.
Okay, just CLI.
We don't have any context to resume into. So it reads the MCP on startup, and so I do wonder if it shares that config. So it does. Yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
So to restart. So here now we can actually try the Javadocs MCP server. Say, what's the latest version of Spring Data JPA? Just as a little test. Sorry, you can't hit escape first. You're in like MCP tool search mode. Sure. Yeah. So let's see if this works with the Javadocs. So. Web search. No, so this is not using the MCP server. It's just doing a web search. Hit escape. So it oftentimes I have to give it some nudging to use the Javadocs thing. But so now say use the Javadocs tool, and you just say it however you want. Figure it out. So there we go. Now it called this version. Okay. So yeah, trust or yes, whatever. Woo! It works.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, but that's some pretty heavy nudging.
Yeah. So what I've noticed is that as I have kind of nudged it, it learned that that's what I wanted it to use, and so now it doesn't require the nudging anymore. So there's, I'm sure, some long-term memory thing that kind of remembers the nudging or something. But yeah, this is where I need like a skill alongside the MCP so that the skill can do the nudging for me.
Yeah. So, but I'm just wondering, because we have that agent MD file, and that should be used by the CLI tool as well.
Were you in the CLI directory? Were you in your project directory? Because yeah, you're right. It should have picked that up.
Yeah, I think so. So if I leave here, oh no, I was not.
So let's go try it in the. Let's go try it in the project directory.
Yeah, I just have to find it.
Yeah. Where'd you put that thing?
All right. Okay. Again.
Okay, you should be able to hit up arrow and go up to your one that didn't have the nudging. Oh no, because we're in a different directory. I think if we're in the same directory. No, we'd have to resume the session.
Right, we are in a different session. That's what.
Okay. So but what's the latest version of Spring Boot? Yes. So it did it that time. So
okay.
Yeah, so it worked. Nice.
Okay, so this is perfectly usable. If it's in the agents MD, that's enough.
Yeah, and this is where the skill power stuff can provide the nudging for you. But
right.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still
Oh
working.
wow, we're on wave 4, the one with lots of
Oh
parallel
yes,
tasks.
four different ones, I think.
49 files created already. It's chugging. Yeah. Go up to your task list view in the Markdown.
Yeah. No, that's queued. That's not in progress. We're still basically in the beginning.
Oh, we're
okay.
we're like a third of the way through. Yeah. It's definitely writing the code faster than I could, though.
Yeah. And I mean, I think the result will be pretty clean because the architecture is very strict.
Yeah. Let's go look at some of the code while we're waiting. I want to see, like, did it use records and, you know, some of the things that I would want it to do. So probably in our model or
right? Yeah, so it can't use records here.
Oh, because it's JPA.
Yeah, it's an entity.
Yeah.
So
okay, but then our DTO, that should be
right.
a record, right? No record.
That should be a record.
Boo. I mean, the training data is very heavily biased towards public classes, right?
Mm.
So we could in our agents.md tell it to use records, but
so we have Java version 17.
Yeah, so use 17.
So it should include records, right? Records should be possible.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so it could be a place where I would have my agents.md or skilled directed to use records.
And so it did not use Flyway, I think.
Oh yeah, let's see has it got to the schema initialization task yet?
But that's data initializer.
Oh yeah. A command line runner. So yeah. Oh, but that's not the schema. That's just the initial data.
Yeah, but that's what I thought would go into Flyway. So I thought Flyway would create the schema and the data, but I guess what you've been saying about it will create the schema by just JPA
auto
update.
Yep. Yeah, so schema was auto, but then the sample data was a command line.
Right.
Yeah, not the choice I would have gone with, but
yeah, me neither. But it works, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it should work.
Should work. Yeah, and like I would have told it to use test containers with Postgres, and you know, there's
yes. But it goes with H2. I think it wrote that in the design as well.
Yeah. I wonder how many tokens you've used so far. How often does it update the token count?
At the end of each run, it says how many
credits it used.
Credits it used, yeah. And it's pretty. It's not a lot.
Yeah. 0.2 for the spec. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. 4.1.
Oh, that was so spec creation was 4.1, and then
that was the requirements, and then this was the first design step, I think. Yeah. And then this was the redesigning. Yeah. But we can see it here. So before this session, I think I used about 9. So this should be about 25.
Is it pulling now from your bonus credits? And then once it exhausts your 2,000 credits there, then it'll go into your free covered
into my 50 backup credits. Okay. And I think these are about $40 a month.
That's it.
Right
Yeah,
now.
we could pull up the Kiro page and see what the nice thing about being a Amazon employee is. Amazon
You
just
don't have to worry about
gives me Kiro.
Yeah. But yeah, okay,
Yeah,
this is
okay,
$40
$40 a month for 2,000 credits.
Yeah.
Nice.
That seems okay, I think, because it actually didn't use a lot yet.
Yeah. Here's one thing I've noticed, interestingly, is I think that Java is actually really good for token efficiency. Even more so if you use records. but it actually like the amount of it doesn't have to do so much like web search research that's going to use a bunch of tokens. It's Java's pretty darn efficient because the model has such good understanding of Java. So when I've worked in like a TypeScript project, it felt like I was just burning millions of tokens because it was it was like, oh, I don't know anything about how to use this library, so let me go download the whole the sources in my node modules, and then we go like read the whole source thing for this library that I was using, and it just seemed like I was blowing through credits like none other. And I think that's probably an artifact of, one, the model having good understanding of Java and the library ecosystem, and then two, if it needs to understand something about a Java library, well, I have it set up to use my MCP server, which is a decently token efficient way to deliver the APIs for a library. So I don't know. I feel like working with Java and Spring Boot is pretty token efficient.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't really compare because I'm only working on Java really. Maybe with the exception of some Next.js front ends, but only for tiny projects where I just have not the creative mind to do this on my own.
So there's a spot where it decided to go do some web research. So it had decided to use jQuick, and I think that's probably not as well understood by the model, and so now it's having to go do a web search for that one. But have you used jQuick?
No, never.
I've never used it either, so I wouldn't have made that technical decision, but we just went with defaults. So now because of that decision that I made, it's having to go do some research.
But interesting, again, it does web search. It's not using the MCP, even though we have the agents MD now.
I think it's I wonder if it'll use. What may have happened was the agents.md is not actually in this context because we started. Oh, it is calling it.
No, it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it just needed to get some basic understanding of jQuick before it decided to call it. Yeah. But I am still curious if agents.md is actually in this context, because I think we started this thing before we added agents.md. I don't know.
So
like steering files is 0%. I wonder if.
But the agents MD is so small, so
it probably wouldn't even be 1%.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could always ask the agent if agents.md is in this context. But
we can do that if it's done, right?
Yeah,
because it's still the same context.
Yeah,
usually.
Yeah. I think that all of this that runs in this tab is going to use the same context.
Oh, okay, so I trusted that web fetch one time and it automatically added all web search. Wow. All right.
Yeah, so web fetch is going to go fetch a specific page. Web search is going to go do a search, obviously. So, two different tools. Okay, here's using a different tool for my MCP server. So this is the list source contents. So because Maven Central has not just Javadocs, but also usually source jars as well, my MCP server exposes both. And sometimes the agent decides to fetch the Javadocs, and sometimes it decides to fetch the sources. Sometimes what it does is it gets the Javadocs, and if there's not what it's looking for in the Javadocs, then it goes and fetches the sources. And so it's nice that my MCP server provides both. So depending on what the agent wants, it'll ask for sources or Javadocs.
That's what happened to me a lot of times, that the actual agent is unpacking jars and looking at the contents.
Yeah, that's the default, which is like, okay, if you don't have the Javadocs MCP server, like that's your only option. But it's so ridiculous, because what it's doing is, one, it will likely download or find where the jar is stored on your system, and so it does a bunch of turns with the LLM just to figure that out, like where does this jar file exist, and then it extracts the jar file to a temp location, and then it starts grepping through the extracted files, and it's like, my MCP server does all that for you in one turn, you know, like it's all, so it's just way more token efficient because you're not having to do so many turns with the LLM.
Okay, that's a good argument. And also with the versions, I think that's also very common, that it doesn't use the latest version, just any random version, really.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fixing stuff. Where are we on our task list?
Good question.
So task 4 is not completed yet. Yeah, 4.2, 4.3.
Property tests. You really wanted to do those optional tasks, so getting our property test. But it was cool because that's the JQuick part. So now it had to go figure out how to use JQuick. So because I think JQuick is for property-based testing. Does that sound right?
Yeah. It did say that. Okay, so let's see what that does. There's a bunch of hero IDs.
I'm curious why the model decided to do property-based testing, because I wouldn't say property-based testing is like the majority of people, you know, like the training data for the models probably not heavily weighted to do property-based testing. So I'm curious why the model decided to add property-based testing. I mean, it's cool that it did, but it's an interesting decision.
I'm not really sure what that does. So it has properties with 100 tries. And for all the unlocked hero IDs, what is that? To be honest, I have no idea what it's doing here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. Because usually property-based testing is like simulating a bunch of seemingly realistic things, and but I'm not quite seeing how it would do that.
It's always one of exactly 2 values, completed or logged. No other state is possible. Yeah, okay. Well.
I guess we could ask the AI to explain that to us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do that in this one.
There you go. Yeah.
To me.
So here we go. Finding and grepping files, and what I haven't tried in a while, which I think is a cool idea, and I need to try it again, is with IntelliJ. IntelliJ exposes itself as an MCP server.
Yeah.
And so if you plug that into like Kiro CLI, then it's going to have the whole IntelliJ like index available to it. And I would think that that would allow it to find things more easily. And I tried it a while ago, but need to give that a spin again.
Yeah. Okay. I'm starting up IntelliJ. Just not sure if everything is working that quickly. Okay, so but we can read a bit through that explanation.
To verify invariance of the Java Hero card game.
Okay, it generates 100 random inputs.
Yeah, so usually this is going to be like generate a really long string, generate a really short string, generate a string with UTF-8, generate like does kind of all these different types of inputs.
So it probably creates a set of strings at random with a random length.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I have this project open now, and I probably need to find the MCP.
Oh, you want to enable the MCP server for this? Right? So go into your settings.
It should somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's okay.
There is a plugin that you have to enable. So there's not that one.
But I thought there would be here. We have that MCP, but that's for adding MCP to it.
So you will get a setting in here, but I think you have to install there's a plugin you have to install before you do that, I believe.
Yeah.
We should have, I mean, Anton's on. Maybe Anton, if he's still around, can tell us. So go back to plugins.
Where are we? Here we go.
And then go Marketplace. MCP.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's activated.
Okay. So then there should be a setting for this to turn it on. It may already be turned on. I don't know. Oh, there it is. MCP Server is the one we want.
Here. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Enable it. Yes. Right.
Ooh,
what?
So that's our endpoints. You want the stream one.
Okay.
And it may be able to. Do you want to add it to Kiro CLI?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we can add it just inside of Kiro is an easy way to add it. Because then I don't have to go find go back to Kiro IDE.
Okay. Here.
Yep, and then down the edit button, and then add a new one with the URL of what you just did.
No, I copied it.
I know, I saw you copy it.
MCP Server. Yeah, all right. Copy link address.
That's what we said. No. Why?
Paste.
That's
Okay. I don't know.
Need to get AI to fix that bug for us.
Yeah. And then stream. Okay.
All right. We'll see if this works. This will be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. now you've got a VS Code AI hooked up to your IntelliJ.
So this is still working. Let's go to this one, and I guess we have to restart it anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what can I do
So
now?
so I don't know. Let's try the same question and see if now it'll use the IntelliJ tools instead of like grepping through files and stuff.
No, now we can go up. No, we can't because I didn't resume the session.
Yeah, different. Yeah.
Okay, explain the property tests to me. But why should it go into the IntelliJ MCP for that?
I think it just did. Find files by name keyword. See, way better than grepping, like globbing and grepping through files and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and like IntelliJ has the entire index of your project, right? And that's one of the key things that IntelliJ does is maintain that index. And so it's really good for exactly this sort of thing.
Can it find compilation errors and stuff like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get file problems. Oh, nice.
Isn't that cool? I need to add this back into my Kiro CLI because I tried it a long time ago and kind of forgot about it, but it's cool.
And the debugging.
It's like you can do anything IntelliJ can do just from your agent.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's that would be a topic for another session, I guess.
Oh, for some reason I can't hear you anymore. Maybe that's on my side.
I hope that's on your side. No.
Hopefully you can still
Stream Deck does say
no.
It still hears me.
I don't know if that's
it's you.
Me or not. That's very strange. Huh. Sometimes I've had tricky things with StreamYard. Maybe I should hit reload real quick. Will that screw anything up if I reload my browser? Or maybe I can toggle this on and off.
I don't know. I can play some music if you want.
Okay.
Hear me?
That's weird.
Are you back?
I don't know.
No.
Let's see. Well, let me hit reload and see what happens. I don't think that'll screw anything up.
Okay, and we can still wait for the AI. Let's see where we are on the task list. James is back.
Yes.
Hello,
okay, and I can hear you again.
All right.
So yeah, that was weird. I'm on Linux, and sometimes Linux does weird things.
Well, Windows does weird things as well. So.
Oh, this thing's almost done, huh?
Yeah, I think so too. A2. Okay, we got 9 ahead of us, and then we're done. Yes.
What a wild world we live in. Just like we're at 151 files.
Why is it so much?
It's probably got target directory, and we need to git ignore for the target directory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so 58 files here.
Great, that's more reasonable.
Let's just do this one.
I would probably want to ignore your .idea.
Oh yeah. Let's do that. Okay. And the quick database. I don't think we need that.
I would ignore that, yeah. Nice. Okay, so 50 meaningful files so far.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Nice.
Some styling. I'm always excited to see what comes out of the style, because it's very different. Sometimes, most of the times, really, it's really beautiful, but sometimes it's just bad.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I never really wanted to learn CSS, and I always like felt like it was looming that I was gonna have to actually learn it at some point. And
Yeah.
now I do not need to learn CSS, and
Definitely
so
not.
that
No.
makes me very happy.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can do so much with CSS, but it's so complicated, so strange.
It is the exact opposite of everything I strive for in code that I write. Like the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I want type safety. I want reusability. I want, just like all these things. And CSS just is everything I don't want. Everything.
Yeah. Okay. Invoking.
We're getting close. Oh, while we're waiting, let's go see if we can try Kiro Web. Since we
yeah, okay. So just one thing about.
Oh yeah, we never finished that.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, we don't care about the properties anymore. We just wanted to see if it's using the MCP, and it does constantly.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. We could compare how much tokens or credits.
That would be an interesting test, yeah, to see how different they are, and like if they're the same answer, same like accuracy of answers or something.
Yeah. I'm just quickly logging in.
Cool.
Signing in. Okay. That should be this one.
Yeah. So now I think generally you're going to select a repo, which means you'd have to install the GitHub app for Kiro. But once you have the GitHub app, then you just start prompting from your browser.
Yeah, but how do I? Select repo. Here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That whole thing. So the way that I work with Kiro, like when I'm at my machine, I've been using Kiro CLI, but when I go to bed, I take my phone and then I use Cloud Code mobile app, and I keep prompting, and I'm not using Cloud Code remote control. I tried that and it, for some reason, it just wasn't exactly what I wanted. But I prompt from my phone, and then I don't sleep at night because I just, keep prompting. One more prompt, the dopamine. But now with Kiro Web, and especially when we get Kiro Mobile, now I'll be able to just use Kiro for that workflow. But essentially, like if I'm away from my computer, I can keep working against a GitHub repo from my phone. And then if I'm at my desktop, I'm just in Kiro CLI and IntelliJ.
Yeah,
kind of my tool workflow. So I'm excited for the Kiro mobile app and continuing to not sleep because I can't stop prompting.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing, but
It's not, but it's fun.
It's fun, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I enjoy it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. You can stop anytime, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But why stop? Why stop? Why stop
give
building?
me 1 second. I just have to authorize.
Yeah, do the whole OAuth dance.
So now it's connected to GitHub. Yeah. Okay. So now I selected the Kiro game. So nice. That should work. Okay, yeah. Autonomous. Ah, okay. That's nice. So yeah, that's basically what you said, right? You go into bed, or basically you can go into bed, prompt something, and then go to sleep as well.
You could
do that,
but it's so tempting to wait for what you get, and then once you get that thing, then you're like, oh, one more prompt, and then one more prompt, and then one more.
You're always so close to get exactly
so
what
close.
You want, right?
So close. Well, and with me, there's just always more that I want to do. You know, it's like there's the list just gets longer because now I can actually do all the things that I always wanted to do but never had time for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, so interesting that there's the build with spec in Kiro Web, which I haven't even tried Kiro Web yet, so I need to.
Open internet. That's nice.
Giving it
so if I don't open this, it doesn't know anything about the world.
Huh.
Or can't find it out. We want to open it. But first, I guess it would be nicer if we have some code in there, in the repository.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and it's asking you if you want to do. So it picked up the IntelliJ tools, and now it's starting to.
Oh no.
No, this is cool. So this is one of the reasons why I like this MCP server and why I like AI Assistant and the ACP integration is that when it runs the build project, pull up your IntelliJ. So I'd like.
Do we see something?
So the build window. So your build window. So you know how to get to build on the left side, or that? Yeah. No. I don't know how to get to it there. On the left side, there's the hammer. I think it is. Right. And so it runs the build in the normal way that you run your build, and it runs your tests in the normal way that it runs your tests. You know, instead of like running in a CLI where everything's like text-based, you actually get the nice IntelliJ way of doing things when you're using either the AI assistant or the MCP server. So isn't that cool?
This turned out to be very different from what I expected, because last week I had this session with Anton and we talked about all of this, but we never got to it. But now
I'll just try it and see what happens.
Yeah. Now we see it in action. Yeah. Waiting on input.
Oh, it's asking you. It's doing a git commit, and it's asking you. I think it like maybe done and is wanting to commit it all. It's like it's asking you for permission to do. Oh, it's doing a git status before.
Yeah, let's keep it at git status.
Yeah, I think that's a good safe call.
But did it say that it's done? No.
Where's that?
The learning and quiz views. Okay, so basically the heart of this whole thing.
I don't know why. I don't know why it decided to do a git status there. That's curious.
Oh, somewhere here probably.
But why? Why would it do a git status there? That's fascinating.
Here.
It's like diagnosing some issue, and so it's trying to see if it like had something before.
Yeah. So it's thinking that something may have been overwritten, and it's checking if it can find it in the history, I guess.
Okay.
No.
It's, agents are like water. They'll find a way. Did you see the recent one where some of it, like the agent wanted to run something as root, and the person's like, no, you're not going to run this as root. And so the agent eventually figured out that the user had Docker running and was in the Docker group. And did you know that when you're in the Docker group and you have Docker running, you can get root without having to do sudo or anything? Because your Docker daemon usually runs as root. Mine doesn't.
Okay.
Don't allow that nonsense, but most people run their Docker daemon as root, and so the agent figured out a backdoor to getting root without the user having to approve anything, and it really like I'm just always impressed. The agent, like water, will find a way.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
but moral of the story is, don't run your Docker daemon as root. That's a bad idea. Oh, Brian says hi. Hi, Brian. Good to see you. It's been a while since I saw Brian.
Yeah, let's see if it finds a way to finish that project. So task 14 is the last one.
Okay.
This is the final checkpoint, and we are at 12.1.
So close.
Yeah, so close. It's
we're up to 65 files.
But let's just check out this one. I actually, oh no, I didn't push the specifications. So we could ask some things about the specifications.
Yeah.
Why did it choose quick?
That's a good question.
Oh God, this one.
It'll figure it out.
Steering files.
Which is your agents.md if you committed that. It's actually in
Vision MD. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I should have picked up our agents.md. It's like not looking at our actual specs for some reason.
Why do
it's just like talking generally, not about our specific project. We added the repo.
Oh yeah, we did. Check the specification.
Yeah.
Is it maybe hidden? No, these Kiro files. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just see if it has.
Activated GitHub power. Huh.
So by default, it didn't. It didn't pull our project.
Yeah.
It was just running generally, which seems like it should pull it automatically. I think Kiro Web it's in preview, and this thing just launched like a week ago or something like that. So
yeah. Okay. But the whole Kiro is in beta, right?
IDE and CLI are not. Those are GA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. Kiro.dev. That's app.kiro.dev.
I thought I read. Okay, but that's great. Okay, so it's not in. It's GA. Yeah.
Yeah. Enterprise ready. It says.
Yeah. Okay, so now it knows everything. Huh?
No, that's wrong.
That's simply
Right?
wrong. Yeah.
Or well, it only looked at our
mentioned.
vision. Okay. The repo contains only 2 files. That's not right, right?
Yeah.
Because you committed and pushed those.
Yeah.
It's ignoring the .kiro or something.
Probably.
I gotta go file a bug on that because it should have picked those up, right?
Let's copy that. No, you are missing. It does see them. Yes.
So
okay.
I think it's just a bug that it didn't go looking in the .kiro directory, which is kind of awkward since that's where Kiro ID put the files in the .kiro directory.
Okay,
so because
now
we had formal correctness properties specified, it then wanted to validate those.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Okay. And now I'm sure it's finished. No.
Still writing HTML, JavaScript.
So, okay, error handling is the last task of next to the last task.
So there's a few different ways to hook Kiro or agent up to actually validate the web UI. And let me look for something real quick. Kiro. So this is interesting. Let me find this. So at AWS, we have this thing called Nova Act, and Nova Act is this like perception agent. So the perception agent can like look at a browser screen or a desktop. I think it now has the ability to look at a desktop screen and then like perceive what's actually on the screen. And so I believe that there's a Kiro plugin for Nova Act that will then let you like do QA testing against your actual web UI. And so then you would tell your agent like start the server and now go validate the UI. And it's like automated QA testing. Like you never have to write your what's it called? Playwright. Or there's the other one that a lot of Selenium. Right. Yeah. So you never have to write that stuff again. I mean, you could have the agent write it for you, but you can also just like point this like Nova Act thing at your web UI and have it do your QA for you.
Yeah. And that works in the web, you said.
So it's actually from what I remember, Nova Act is a Kiro plugin. You can do it lots of different. You can use Nova Act in lots of different ways, but you can also plug it into Kiro, and so then within Kiro, it can then like have your web UI and actually do the agent-based like testing against that web UI and stuff. So that'd be a fun little extra credit project, but I'm sure we have to like log into accounts and it would take too long. So
yeah.
Is my guess.
I would like to finish one project for a change.
That's right. Exactly. We got to get to the finish line before we move on to the next race. But we're on, let's see, 13. We're getting close. 13.
Yeah, but I thought we were already finishing 13.2. It's still running somewhere.
In parallel, so.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Woo. So, okay, those are done. Then our final checkpoint, and then we'll see. Let's see. Did I lose your audio again?
No, I don't think
you're still there. You just didn't say anything.
Yeah, just one of my lamps got deactivated.
Oh yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, I connected them to my smart home, which is pretty cool. So I can control these streaming lights with Alexa.
Nice.
But that also means everybody in the house can control these.
Oh, that's funny. This is looking promising, huh?
Yes, it does. Does it say where it is actually? Right now we're in between, I think.
So it like decided to run the test before the checkpoint, or I don't know what it did there.
Well,
it's like for some reason it went back to the previous checkpoints or something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. It's rerunning all the checkpoints, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But how many? 70 files total.
70, yeah.
Wow. So, okay, it took us 2 hours. How long do you think that would have taken you to do by hand?
Oh, by hand of probably, I don't know. So the back end wouldn't be the problem, I think.
Yeah.
Could have done a lot of it.
I mean, we all could write all the code. It's just a matter of like, is the AI writing it faster?
Yeah.
And for me, I don't know. If I had to guess, it would have taken me a week to build this. 2 weeks?
So,
I don't know.
So all the tests would take a long time, like a couple of days, I guess.
Yeah, when I say a week or 2 weeks, that's like no or very minimal test coverage.
Right. And then the front end as well. So I'm guessing we'll have a nice front end.
That's a good point, because that CSS alone would have taken me a month, right?
Yeah, me too. So I'm really bad at that. What does it say now? So it's
like
just sleeping.
Decided just to sleep for a it's like, I'm tired. I need a break. That's funny.
Okay. It's running.
Done. Oh, come on. So close. Oh, is it going to start up the app for us so we can actually load it in the browser?
That could be. Okay, it's checking if it's reachable, probably.
Because your bottom tab in the terminal is where it ran, I think,
this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's your app.
So it did start the server, and then it's sleeping for a couple of seconds, and then it's checking if it's running, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
But it should be running.
And then I wonder if it's going to do the database data seeding thing that it talked about.
I'm not sure if that's not just part of the default startup.
Oh, maybe it's a bean that gets automatically. You can either run it from the command line, maybe, or it'll just auto bean.
Yeah, so you see, so this starts up, and it checks if there is anything in there, and if it is not, it will set up the seeds.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
It shut it down. It was like just doing, hey, we used 94 credits. Cool.
But now we have IntelliJ running, and let's just start it here.
Yeah. You probably could have told Kiro to start it, and with the IntelliJ MCP server,
Yeah,
it would have run it.
Okay, now see. It's
You've
running.
got a very nice animation. Remember, you requested those animations.
Yeah.
It did it. Wow, our Java hero cards.
Okay, let's do it. So there are a couple of different levels. Yeah. Spring Master is the last one.
Yeah, you can't get there until you do your bronze, right?
Oh yeah.
You got to work your way up. This is probably
Okay.
some business logic that it validated. Because remember, it had all the like properties and business rules and
yeah.
Ooh, this
okay. So a little explanation what a variable is, why it matters, how to use it, an example, all right? And then we can start the quiz.
Dude, let's get this thing running on AWS and sell it, man. This is like a new training platform. 2 hours and we've got a competitor to Duolingo or something.
Okay. That should be this one. Correct. What happens if you assign a string to an int variable? Works fine if we are in JavaScript.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, what language are you in? Java? We do a sensible thing, like have a compiler.
Yeah, but let's take a wrong.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just to see what happens.
Try again. Oh, okay. Ah, wrong again. All right.
It's nice that it X's out the. Geez, this is amazing. This is. Nice. I mean, it felt all this from your idea to a spec to a design doc to a task list.
Yeah,
this is crazy. What a wild
and
world
I like this is really just running in Java. It's not using any other front end system.
Exactly. That's nice.
Okay, so we can go on, but I would like to stop. Can I stop? No. Oh no, I broke it.
You got to go to the root directory, because once you go in, it's got some state that it needs. When you go into the look at that, you've got your badges.
Oh yeah, and large. Oh yeah, and it does explain what that is. Cool.
Okay, I'm impressed. That's cool.
That's nice.
If we had a little more time, we could get this thing running on AWS.
Yeah. Next time, we can at least, with a good conscience, post that.
Yes, ship it.
Yeah, ship it. Cool.
We didn't review the code, but we feel confident. Kiro did a good job writing the code.
Yeah, it really does. It did.
That's cool. Okay. And see, now I know what you're going to do tonight is you're going to be laying in bed on your phone, like, just one more thing. Just okay. Now I want a different animation on the badges.
Yeah,
I want the Java Duke running around the screen.
Internationalization. That's what I forgot actually.
Oh yeah, we got to internationalize. So there you go. That's what you'll be. So you go to bed as soon as that Kiro mobile app is generally available.
Right.
I mean, you could do it through Kiro Web today. You could.
Right. Yeah. That's enough. I don't need an app for that.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Well, that was super fun. I'm glad we got it all working and took some fun tangents to like the IntelliJ MCP server, and Javadocs.dev worked well. So
yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for all that insight. That really, I think a lot of people will see this and be helped.
I think so.
It will be helpful for a lot of people. Let's say it like that.
It was helpful for me. I learned things. So
yeah, me too. Me too, a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Johannes. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you too, and thanks for all the viewers. So we got some comments. Frank,
thanks,
is delighted. Actually, it's a nice UI.
It was a great idea. Nice UI, yeah. Oh, the your app UI. Actually, because we were talking about that, like what it was going to come up with for the UI, and it did a great job. It was a nice UI.
Absolutely.
And we didn't even give it any direction. We just let it loose
just
on
animations.
Yeah,
that's
animations. Give us animations.
Okay, cool.
Well,
so let's end this.
That people enjoyed it, so that was fun.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, James. And hopefully see you again sometime.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.